resources, inspiring interviews, business practices, and practical advice to take your art career to the next level. Join Sergio Gomez in today's Artist Next Level and get ready to take control of your career.
Hello, my next level friend. Welcome to a new episode of the Artist Next Level podcast. Sergio Gomez here. And in this mini episode, art business expert, curator, and art appraiser Ruth Crnkovich answers the question of should artists sell their art at auctions? This is an excerpt from my previous interview with Ruth. If you want to check out the full conversation that I had with her, just go back to the archives and look for podcast episode number 10.
I would recommend to most artists that if they are actively working and selling their artwork, that they avoid the auction house for as long as possible. Because typically, and there are always going to be exceptions, but typically the artwork that sells at auction is going to sell for a fraction of what your retail price is. So if you're selling paintings for $20,000, when it comes up for auction, it may only get $1,000. So when your buyers see that the secondary market for your artwork is $1,000 and you're asking $20,000, it's actually can be very, very harmful to an artist's career. So usually I recommend that artists avoid it. Okay. For the most part. There, of course, are going to be exceptions to that rule. Right. But what it does on the other side, if some of your work does come up for auction, it does establish a secondary market for your work. It does, assuming it sells. If it goes up for sale and it doesn't sell, it's repairable. I mean, it's considered damaged. Actually, artwork that doesn't sell is considered a damaged work of art for the most part. Not physically damaged, but it's damaged in the market. So those are all sorts of things you need to take into consideration before you put something up for auction. So typically, no, I would not advise artists to get their work into auction houses. But if it does go up for auction, it will it will contextualize your artwork in the history of the world. I mean, there will be a record of it selling or not selling, but why take that risk? And then as you sell your artwork and collections start to sell, whether it's from an estate or somebody downsizing, eventually your artwork probably will come up on the market, and you can just wait and see what happens then, or you can try to get some investors to get the price up a little bit closer to what your actual prices are, so it doesn't get stung in the market or something. Yeah. But it's tricky. It's tricky, and they're fickle.
Check out our website at www.theartistnextlevel.com, where you will find our podcast library, learn about our upcoming webinars, find resources relevant to your career, and much more. Thanks for listening to today's podcast, and we'll see you at the next level.